today and just be hopeful. But anywho, let's see what we have gapper wise. Of course, we have NLSP. I'm still watching NLSP into the open. It's one of my favorite setups into the bell right now. It's taking its time, that's for sure. It's taking its time, but we'll see what it wants to do. We had a win on it earlier this morning, a very, very small win. It's trying to play it again into the bell right now off of 3250, so we'll see if it can't make a move into the open, hopefully. But if not, that's kind of my favorite right now. I don't really see too much else that I love. RELI is our leading gapper this morning. And I actually don't mind watching RELI today. If it can maintain over 58 cents, you've actually got a pretty decent look here into the open. So I might watch this over the past high here at, what, 58? And yeah, you've got range back to about 80 cents, which I think it already tested this morning as well. But we do at least have range to give it that incentive out of the bell today to maybe get a move back into that pre-market high. So we can take a look at our ELI today as well. I don't like it now, but the possibility is there for later. The possibility is definitely there for later. So let's look at this today off of, what did I say, 58 cents? Yes, 58 cents. And again, yesterday was a really, really good day. We stayed picky most of the morning. It was a little bit slow to start after the bell. We had a really good pre-market. It was a little bit slower right after the open. And then towards like the later part of the morning, we had two awesome trades on MPIO, back-to-back wins, and was able to end the day on a really, really nice note. So hopefully today we can do something similar here. Pre-market has been a lot slower this morning. Again, it's pretty much Friday because the market's closed tomorrow. So we're going to see some weird action today, which is why we're sizing back a bit. All right, so RELI off 58 cents. We've got NLSP off of 3250. ASNS up this morning again. I know this thing ran like, what, a week and a half ago as well. We played it back then, did super, super well on it. I want to watch it today, but all this crap back here from 250 to 450 is going to make it a little bit tricky to trade, but we can still watch it. I wouldn't mind watching it over the 250s today, and you've got range on this back up into those highs around $4. So let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do ASNS off of pretty similar setup here to RELI. I want to watch this off 245. Again, don't like any of these right now, but after the bell, we can look back at them. But for right now, they're just kind of my to-be-determined type setups. SNOA, I'm not a fan of. It's a little bit choppy, a little bit rangy. If I was to watch this, it'd have to be over 38 cents. But looking at range over 38, do we have any incentive? Over 38, let's see, look at the weekly. We do actually, we have quite a bit of range over 38. So we can actually watch SNOA today on its break of its triple top there off 38 cents. And you've got range here to about 60 cents. So you actually do have range here, not too bad. So over 38 cents, you've got range to 60 on SNOA. That's better than I thought. I didn't think we have much range, but yeah, we've got a big old gap down setup here in SNOA with range to about 60 cents, so not bad. NUWE, another pre-market penny stock gapper here this morning, and range here isn't too hot. Range here is not too hot. Nice volume though. It's got range to about 33 cents, which is already tested here this morning. You know, I don't love this one too much. You maybe have 40 cents in the cards on it. If you can really get going over 40 cents, you've got range on it to about 60 cents. But looking at it right now, let me pull this up. NUWE. How's volume this morning in pre? It's not too bad. I've seen worse. Definitely seen worse, but I've definitely seen better. So I don't love it too much, especially today before the holiday tomorrow. Probably going to leave that one alone. Not really too fond of it. So NUWE I don't like, but I do like the other three that we've got currently. MLGO, I do want to watch this one today over 470. Again, MLGO watch today over or off of 470 off the dips today. And you've got a pretty nice look here. You're actually basing over these highs on the daily here with range back to about 650, which we already tested that this morning as well. Which kind of sucks because we talked about this yesterday too, how pre-market is where most of these opportunities are happening lately, and of course on a holiday week it makes sense. People want to get in and get out. But with stocks like MLGO, we might be able to get a retest of the high, so we can at least watch it and see if buyers find it after open and see what it has for us. We might be able to play it. Just might be able to play it. We'll see. I think that's pretty much the gist of our small caps this morning. Let me finish going through the list here and see. MBIO made that move from the watch list this morning. It was early. Definitely happened early, but not going to be watching that one, I don't think, anymore today. Let's see. I might. I might watch the same plan from the watch list on MBIO again for a little curl out of the open if we do get a little flush. We'll see. I'll look at that in a second. GWAV, no thanks. ONCO, no thanks. So a lot of these I just don't like. ASTS heading higher again today. It was on our watch list yesterday and actually hit all of our targets. Not much range up here. All right, so as far as gappers go, I think we've pretty much touched on what I really want to touch on. I don't like MU or TSM today. Both are a bit overextended, at least in my book, and I can't really play them that way, so leaving them alone as well. Let's see here. Yeah, I think we have our list here. Okay, so let me go through the nightly watch list real quick. We only have 2 setups on it, which I know it seems slim, but again, I looked last night. There wasn't very many setups at all. And again, the reason for that is because of the holiday tomorrow. So just a really, really weird week in the market this week. When have you ever been in a day or been in a market where you've got a holiday in the middle of the week? I can't recall the last time. So it's just a really, really weird week. And so for that reason, there's, yeah, a lot of uncertainty. Let me get everything pulled up. Any entry I see on ASTS for a swing? Not up here. Not up here. Dark Rider saying buy SNOA. Why are you wanting to buy SNOA here? All right, let's see. Nightly watch list. We have MBIO to look at today, so I did say I want to look at that. I might just use the same plan that we had last night. Let me get my charts all pulled up here real quick. And I know it already hit targets this morning as well, but I may watch it off of a similar plan. Not the same plan, but a similar plan. I might watch it off of like 84 cents out of the bell. And I think that could pay really, really well for us because if we can hold up out of demand, or I guess I can say previous supply from yesterday into the close, you've got a pretty nice look. So I wouldn't mind watching this. Let's do 80 cents to give it a few cents of breathing room. Let's do MBIO off of 80 cents out of the bell. So if you can catch some nice pullbacks on this or dips out of the open today off of 80 cents, look for the reversal back to 120 over 120. You've got range here to about 130s and so on. But I would really just look for the retest of the past high up there at 120. I wouldn't really look for much more. Personally, there's not a whole lot of range after that I see. Okay, aside from that, we've also got Qualcomm. We've been watching this one for a few days now. It met criteria yesterday. I didn't play it because it didn't meet criteria until after we were done for the day. So it's one of those things. If it passed your schedule, it's okay. Come back the next day, maybe play it then. So I want to watch this one today over 218.40, which is a little bit wide. And I made this watch list last night when price was at like 224, and that wasn't too bad. But now we're 4 points higher, which kind of puts that risk level a little bit more out of reach. So let me take a look and see, is there an alternative way or an alternative risk that I could use? Because I love the setup. It looks good. I would maybe consider Qualcomm. It's one of those where I kind of want to wait and see. I would say, okay, let's just play it off 224, off the lows of the after hours action yesterday. But I want to wait and see. I'm going to say max risk of 224 for now, but I might change it after the bell. I want to see how, excuse me, how it opens up. Just go from there. So off of 224 on Qualcomm for now, and we shall see what it gives us. All right, and we've got an LSP off of 3250. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 setups to be watching today. We've got RELI, ASNS, SNOA, MLGO, MBIO, QCOM, and NLSP. So pretty healthy list. Obviously, gappers are kind of slim. We've got some movers from yesterday and the previous days before that might hold true to some continuation today, hopefully. But for the most part, it looks like we're gonna have to tread lightly today. So just keep that in mind. I wouldn't be trading much this afternoon either. I did not trade yesterday afternoon for a good reason. We were small green yesterday. There's no reason to trade the afternoon when you're small green. Stick to your schedule. Unless you've got massive cushion that you can take some small size and just risk some profits in the afternoon, that's one thing. But if you've got small profits and you don't really have a whole lot to be risking in the afternoon, don't do it. Don't do it. You'll dig yourself a hole 9 times out of 10. So don't let it happen. It's never worth it. Opportunity cost is real. It's a waste of time. All right, so make sure that all of your charts are pulled up. I'm going to do that as well for me. Make sure that you do pull up all of these and get ready for the bell. Mark them up. Put your levels on your charts. We've got 7 setups you need to be watching today. And make sure you go through all of them. Mark up your levels. Make sure they're ready to go so that whenever the time comes, if the time comes, you will be ready to play it. The last thing you want to do is wait until after I say that I'm in, and then you panic because you're like, oh my God, what was the plan? What was the plan? And then you miss the whole trade. So don't let that happen. Okay, I think I've got them all pulled up on my end. And fingers crossed, we have a healthy day today. It's already been a really, really good month. May was an amazing month. So, we're just kicking. We're kicking. So, let's see. SNOA, RELI. Let me make sure I have everything pulled up on my screens here. I'm only missing, let's see. Only missing ASNS. Okay. I'm all good on my side. So make sure that you have gone through everything, pulled up all your charts. I'm going to make sure all of my levels match my plans here, and then we'll be ready for the open. And if you do have any questions before the bell, make sure as well to ask now while you've got the chance, because it's probably going to be a little bit hectic after the open today. As always. What was the plan on MBIO? So the plan was initially to watch the dips this morning in pre-market for the range to 120. It already hit that target this morning, but now we're changing that to watch it again off of 80 cents. And you can see it here on the screen as well. See MBIO off 80 cents. So be watching that one today for dips out of the open off 80. Ernie, so whenever I say off of a price, that is your max risk. So that is where price needs to hold above for it to be a valid setup. That is not your entry. That is just your max risk. So like in the boot camp, you're in the boot camp, whenever we talk about risk, I would consider my off or over price to be my max risk. Everybody in NLSP should be back to green as well. That is back to 39 cents after the dips there. Hopefully it can actually start to make a move because good grief, it has just teased all morning. We had the first little win earlier. Now it's back in profit again. She's just a little slug for real. It tries to go and then it's just like, just pause again. Tease a little bit more. Now we're back in profit. And it's going to tease us again. And yeah, so Ernie, again, like we talked about in the boot camp, that is your like bottom dollar. That is the bottom of your sandbox, your bottom of your play area, right? So if price holds above that, all right, you're going to be buying above that as long as you've got the proper risk to reward, like we always talk about. CMTL finding volume here off of earnings. I would be watching this one over 295 today out of the open. So we have a lot of setups to be watching into the bell today. We'll see what they do after open and see what we can play. Nice volume here, though, on CMTO. Can't even talk. Not a bad look, though. So we'll see what it does later. We have about 7 minutes until the open. We've got 8 setups to be watching today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 8 setups. I don't know why I felt like we had a few more than that, but yeah, 8 setups. So quite a bit. We've got quite a bit, surprisingly. Keep an eye on CMTL, guys. Again, keeping an eye on CMTL after its earnings move here. Just watching it. I don't mind it over 295, but I might want to watch it after the bell. We're so close to the open here. Yeah, let's do that. Let's wait until after the bell. And Griffin, yeah, usually that's going to be the case. Usually that's the case. I'm really watching Qualcomm out of the gate today, too. Setup is fantastic. Five minutes to go. Oop. Take a look at RELI, guys. Taking some small RELI here at 64 cents to take into the bell. Just small. Very, very small size. We'll be risking right below VWAP. Oddly enough, my Webull keeps crashing. I don't know why this keeps happening. Every time I open it up, it just dumps.